Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for Mindful Monday Story Time. This evening, we are going to read Merry Christmas, Curious George. This is George. He lived with his friend, the man in the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George was visiting a Christmas tree farm. You can help me pick out the perfect tree for our home, his friend told him. Keep close to me while we look. George promised to be good, but little monkeys sometimes forget. The Christmas tree farm had more trees than George had ever seen. He found a very nice one right away, right there. But then another caught his eye, and then one more, and then another. Uh-oh. George was curious. How many Christmas trees could be there? There he is, looking at all the trees. Oh, he has spotted a very big tree. George could not resist climbing up the tallest tree to get a better view. He looked for the man with the yellow hat, but his friend was nowhere in sight. There he is looking for him. Two men tromped into the clearing. There's our tree, one man told the other. The men cut down the tree and loaded it into the truck. There's the truck. They have this great big saw. Uh-oh, they cut down the tree along with George. There he is in the tree. George held on tightly. He saw the man with the yellow hat as the truck drove away, but the truck was going way too fast. Uh-oh. George could not jump off. He was scared, but he was still a little curious. Soon the truck stopped in front of a hospital. Oh, they went to a children's hospital. George peeked out of the branches as the men carried his tree inside. There he is. He's holding on tight. The hospital was a busy place. George jumped out of the tree. There were lots here to see and do. He looked at some interesting pictures. Oh no, looks like he's looking at x-rays. He found a jacket and tried it on. Uh-oh, looks like the doctor's washing his hands and he's putting on the doctor's coat. He played on a trampoline. Oh, I don't think that's a trampoline. That looks like a hospital bed. He even went for a ride on a speedy little cart. Oh, what fun. Oh no, it's a cart of books. Oh, she's chasing the cart. Oh, he's a cheeky little monkey. Then George spotted something very interesting. His tree. There it is. George knew that Christmas trees were supposed to have tinsel and twinkling lights and shiny ornaments, but his tree was empty. George thought and thought, and then he had an idea. Uh-oh, looks like he went around and collected things from the hospital and decorated the tree, even with a get well balloon. Look at that. Somebody's crutch. And a clipboard. Oh boy. Oh, and toilet paper. He used the toilet paper. Oh man. The kids are watching him. Next, George noticed a pile of gifts in the corner of the room. The gifts looked pretty, but George was curious. Could he make them look even prettier? This red bow would look much better on a green box, and the name tags might look nicer on different packages too. Uh-oh. A nurse arrived, and what did she see? A monkey, and he's making a big mess. Oh, they don't look too happy with George. Oh, she went and picked him up. A group of children crowded around the nurse. They were all patients at the hospital. Even though it was almost Christmas, the children were not smiling or looking happy. Come along, the nurse said, picking George up. I'd better get you out of here before you ruin anything else. Oh, man, he's in big trouble. A girl with a cast stared at George's tree. Suddenly she giggled. Look, she said, it's my X-ray. A boy laughed. And there's the balloon from my room. There. All the children started chattering and laughing as they looked at George's funny decorations. Can't he stay for the party? A boy asked the nurse. We don't mind about the gifts. It will be fun to sort them out. Please let him stay. Please. Then all the other children chimed in. Oh, they want him to stay. And George is like, yes, please let me stay. Look, even the nurse is smiling. When she saw how happy the children looked, the nurse looked happier too. I suppose he can stay, she said, if, and only if, he promises to help fix the tree. There he is, helping fix the tree. George was happy to help. The children helped too. Some of them returned George's decorations, while others handed George the real ornaments. He scampered up and down, stringing lights and hanging tinsel. Being a monkey, he was good at that sort of thing. He was also good at making the children laugh. Look at how silly he's being. When the tree was finished, George helped open the gifts. He was having such a good time that he completely forgot that he was lost until the man with the yellow hat hurried into the room. There you are, George, he cried. I followed that truck all the way here. There he is. Aw. George was very happy to be reunited with his friend. The nurse invited them both to stay for milk and cookies. Aw, that was so nice. Ho, ho, ho. Did someone mention milk and cookies? A man in a red suit walked into the room, his belly jiggling. He was holding a beautiful golden star. George's eyes widened. It was Santa Claus. Who would like to put the star on top of the tree? Santa asked. George, the children cried at once. Let George do it. George scurried up the tree one last time. He put the golden star in place very carefully. There it is. Merry Christmas, Curious George. Ah, he's so happy. They're all so happy. What a wonderful story of this cheeky little monkey, Curious George, and the man in the yellow hat, and all the children in the hospital, and the doctors and the nurses, and Santa Claus. And that's the end of our story of Mindful Monday. Thank you for joining me this evening. Until I see you next time, I hope you have a wonderful, peaceful evening. Bye.